Hey everyone, hope you're doing well. My name is Mohammed Al Tayeb. I'm the founder of 2020 Vision, an independent media platform that showcases information that holds value to you. And this is,
Mohammed Al Hussein. You might know me as Moji TG or Most Family. I do YouTube videos. I just like to create. That's what I like to do. I like to speak about the things that make me happy. I try to make other people happy. I try to speak about things that people are afraid to speak about. And that leads me to what we're doing here today. We have a podcast called Uncomfortable Conversations where we're going to speak about things that most people are afraid to even bring up in society. Most people are afraid how other people might judge them if they say certain things, and these things that need to be spoken about are actually going to help people grow. And it becomes a problem when people are afraid to talk about things that are stunting their growth, are afraid to talk about things that they might be struggling with, and they never end up receiving help. You know what I mean?
yeah, facts. I mean, we're left in a year, and now a second year of, isolation. And for many people, it's a time for reflection. So what are we talking about today, man? What are we talking about?
How the porn industry can destroy someone's life.
Oh, big porn industry.
So many
I
men
mean,
struggle with porn addiction.
yeah, and we're going to speak from this from a perspective of a male perspective, because that's what we are. So I mean, porn, bro. Like, let's get uncomfortable. Um, the porn industry, I feel like for a long time, and I've come to that realization just recently, just like a few years ago, that like it really negatively affects men in a way that like, I mean, like when were you exposed to porn, bro?
Long
Or
time
when were your
ago.
friends exposed?
It's about kids not. I feel like the way we grew up, we didn't have the same technology that is like available now. Like when I was 3, 4 years old, I didn't have an iPad, I didn't have an iPhone. So it's like you're not getting exposed as early as kids are getting exposed nowadays, which makes me wonder why people aren't speaking about these things when it's so widespread. Everybody has access to it now. You know what I mean? Like anyone can be exposed to it at any moment. It's everywhere. Twitter don't even block things like that. Like there's social medias that allow it. And Twitter's 17 plus, right? You got to be 17 to download Twitter. To
17.
access, yeah, that's their terms and conditions.
Correct.
Access porn websites, you have to be 18. That makes me wonder why is porn on Twitter?
Yeah, I mean, like literally, like I can't even open my timeline when my parents are like around, man, and just because I just know like some shit might pop off. And I mean, exactly. I feel like why is porn so normalized is what we really should be asking. Um, and I think like especially for men, like not when you normalize porn, when you normalize sex to the degree where you're just like watching it on your phone, it becomes like, oh yeah, sex is cool, sex is everywhere, sex is, like completely fine. And then, things like that we watch on porn that is expressed in porn, like abuse and like domination and all those things are like what like young men really think about. Like, yeah, this is how sex is. Like I gotta do it like that and I do it like this. And that's how, it's portrayed. And it's also very portrayed to like show women as like just objects. Like, like men only get satisfied in like this is how you satisfy a man through porn. Like these are the ways you satisfy with a man, and it really like just puts us in this animalistic perspective, which I really think is at a young age is completely dangerous. Because I mean, when I was younger, like I wasn't like watching porn like that, but I had friends that like religiously watched porn,
Yeah,
and
bro.
I promise you, they continue to watch porn today, and I'm just like, you can see how they act, especially to girls, like on some like really predator like slash like demeaning perspectives. Like like if I do this, she's gonna like that. If I call her that, she's gonna want that. Or vice versa. Like it's really degrading. Like how we watch porn. It's not like there's no consent into it. Like when you're watching someone have sex with one another, like there's none of that. Like, oh, do this, try that, like throw them over here. Like all those ways are just like cool. That's how
Yeah,
you. Those
that's
are
how they
true.
learn. They like I watched this, it's like watching a YouTube tutorial and they look at it like this isn't a tutorial. You're affecting your mind. And
Yeah.
it can become that where someone becomes a predator or weird. And then it can also destroy someone's complete confidence. I look like porn is filled with, like genetically, not genetic, but I'd say like body modifications. Um, it makes, especially at a young age, if you're watching it at a young age, you're barely becoming in touch with your sexual attraction. You're barely becoming in touch with the things you're attracted to, and it can really hijack your brain to now I'm attracted to these fake boobs or fake butts or lip fillers and all of this, and it's not like a real natural person. So now you're attracted to these fake bodies, and then you go out in public and you're afraid to talk to women because they don't look like the women in porn. They don't look like the women that you were raised watching videos. They don't look like the women that now your mind is hijacked to be attracted to. So now you're in this complete mode where it's like you don't even know how to talk to women. You don't know how to carry yourself anymore because you truly don't even know what you're attracted to, because the porn industry sells you this false attraction that you're never going to be able to find in real life because it's fake. It's all fake.
Yeah, like literally, bro. Like I feel like real love, real sex is like, it's a special bond. Like not that like, you have to have it with a special person, but like it's a real like it's not it's what you see on the TV is acting, and what on the phone is acting, but like what happens in real life isn't. And people are so much trying to display that. And you see it on timelines. You say like, like, oh, like, bro, it's ridiculous where I see like, like I own a house like this, or a bedroom, like a bed, like imagine having sex in this room. And I'm just like, bro, everything's sex, sex, sex. And I like, like it holds, like I don't even follow, like I don't even know how that even pops up on my timeline. Sometimes I'm really like, bro, that's crazy. And it's just like, as a male, it's just so distracting, man. And I really feel like to the point where, porn can really be addictive, bro, and cause like subconscious like things where like it's social anxiety. Let's talk about that, bro. Like social anxiety for people that watch porn. Like you already said it, like you when you see real world, like you're like, wait, there's no fake titties, no fake ass. Like this is how people really look. This is how women really act. And then you say the grading shit, like, I don't this one, like she don't look like her phone pictures, or she looks like a catfish, or whatever. So you say degrading things like that because you've like made this facade that like women are supposed to look like this, and that's what I want, when that's not how we really live. It's not the world we live in.
Yeah, for sure becomes an issue when you become attracted to this, because it's like now you're not only are you attracted to these fake things, but you're attracted to this artificial energy. You're attracted to these pixels. You're attracted to your phone. You're not attracted to real life interaction. You're not attracted to real life conversation. You're not attracted to the things past the physical realm, the things that, like someone's vibe or someone's personality or something. You're only attracted to the physical. You're only attracted to getting a nut, basically. That's what men are after.
Yeah,
That's just what most men are after now. And it becomes an issue when you're so focused on sex and you're so focused on porn that it leads you to forget about the basic things in life, about learning how to better yourself, learning how to get out of your comfort zone, learning how to, like actually go talk to people, learning how to do things that are going to better your life.
yeah. I mean, just more importantly, just learning to not like always think about sex when you're engaging with the opposite sex, or somebody that you're attracted to.
Yeah.
Like I really like, honestly, I know guys like, friends that like all they do, like they're like, just sex, sex, sex. That's all the conversation when it comes to girls, or they make jokes about sex. And I'm like, bro, do you not know how to have like a natural conversation? You can even have it with like someone you like. You'd go on a date and talk about everything but sex, and still have a great night. Like that's not how the real world works. And that's what like it just primes you into this like. this zone. Like this is how you got to talk to women. I mean, you see those like thing on Twitter like recently, like how to talk to women, and if they to pick up women. And it's like these guys that are like they think they know it all, but they're saying like the complete opposite of actually how to talk to women. It's really degrading. It's like treat her like as like a dog, bro, like as a like a puppet.
You know, I mean, there is people all on YouTube too that do that. And you know, if you really look deeper into who these people were before they became YouTubers or before they became Twitter influencers or whatever they might be, that you realize it always started with a heartbreak. It always started with something that made them become the person that they are and just hate the world instead of being introspective and realizing like, dang, maybe I'm not what everybody uh wants, you know. I'm not the best person that I can be right now. And a lot of people struggle with the truth and facing reality that you need to grow, you know. And that's when it becomes an issue when they start projecting that energy. And then there's young people that have no experience and they're like, no, this guy looks like he knows what he's talking about. Let me listen to him, you know. And now you have a whole army of weirdos.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, there's also like physical, upsets to when watching porn, right? You want to speak on that?
Wait, say that again.
I said there's physical upsets when when you're watching porn.
Like in terms
Disadvantage. Yeah,
in terms of what? Like,
like when when you're watching porn as like physically, like your erectile, dysfunction, like those things are occur, bro. You know, like all these things that like you're so used to like a screen that you can't really get even physically, aroused.
aroused, yeah. And that becomes an issue for chronic addicts because it's like now you're addicted to these pixels. Now you're attracted to these pixels that when you are with a woman, you're not aroused because
Yeah,
she's
you
not
don't
the
know what that is.
that you were attracted to. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And now you're kind of afraid because it's you've never dealt with that. You know what I mean? You and the thing is, it's like a lot of men will are you realize it's an issue when you see it on TV all the time. Commercials about erectile dysfunction on YouTube all the time. There's commercials on TV.
Really.
There's commercials like you go people advertise. You get on the radio, you're gonna hear a commercial about erectile dysfunction. Come to this doctor, blah, for these things, and that it's not a coincidence that
Common thing.
these
Yeah.
problems are just are rising now, you know what I mean? And it's because men are they like now we're in a society where everything, bro, everything we listen to, even the music we listen to, like rap right now, it's all about either sex, money, drugs, or cars, but a lot of the music we listen to is about sex. A lot of the music that is being put out now is about sex. And now it's like, it's what's cool. You know what I mean? Like some people, like I know people personally that'll brag about having sex. They'll brag about little things. They'll brag about their body count. They'll brag about,
Red flag.
and
Red
that's,
flag.
yeah. And like the thing is about all of that is it's that replaced the new bragging. In the past, men used to brag about their accomplishments. They used to talk about the things that they're doing in life and advancing. But now the thing that men are most proud of is having sex. They're not proud of chasing their dreams. They're not proud of accomplishing goals. They're At the end of the day, most men's goal is to have sex or is to have a girl. Most men get stuck in this mode where it's like, dang, I need a girl. Dang, do you even have a job? You know what I'm saying? Like, so like, if you, why are you worried about one thing when everything else is out of order? You know what I mean? And it's like, that's the direction society's going in now because it's so everyone is so infatuated with this. They're like, dang, I want to experience this. I want this. You don't even know how to like deal with yourself. So how do you expect to deal with someone else? You know what I mean? And I'm speaking to addicts at this point, like
So that's what brings me to an important like question. Is porn an addiction?
I think it could be yeah, for sure it could be an addiction. Like if it gets to the point where it's like um you can't you can't stop watching it, I say it's an addiction, you know? Like
Yeah,
if you can't go a month without it, you're addicted.
yeah, I think
I
so
wouldn't even
too.
say a
Like,
month, maybe even three
I
months.
mean,
If
like,
you go 90 days without it, you're addicted.
yeah, I feel like, I mean, like, it's so common to like watch porn that like literally like people would make jokes like, like when we'd be out, like, yeah, man, after this I'm gonna watch some porn, go to sleep. Like it was part of a schedule. Like,
Like I
and
can't go to bed without busting
yeah,
in.
exactly. Or, I can't go on this date without, going to watching some porn. And it's just like, and also like, what always like was like a big factor was like when you watch porn, it takes all that energy away. That's why you can sleep better, whatever, or, you feel more comfortable. Like it just takes that like energy like that. And, you can't waste energy, but you can, throw it away. You can abuse it.
Yeah.
And like when you watch all that, you're just like, you just like, first of all, like post nut clarity, like is a real thing. Ladies and gentlemen, like that is a real thing. And like, you're just like, whoa, like, what did I watch right now? Did I really just watch that? And at the second time, you're just like, damn, I don't want to do anything. Like, I don't know anybody that like watches porn and then is like, yeah, I'm
Let's
gonna hit
go
the
hoop.
gym.
Like, nah,
Yeah, yeah, like no, or I'm gonna write this like 6 page essay. Like nobody does that, bro. That is like abnormal behavior, and so is it to the point where you like scheduling your day to watch like this. You're thinking about it. Like when I get home today, or when I or after class, or after work. Like this is what I'm gonna do. You're dedicating like a time slot. Like an hour, 30 minutes. Let it 10 minutes. Who knows?
you
But
don't
like.
realize it.
And yeah, and and it's become so like like battered into your head that it's just like it's an everyday thing. It's literally an everyday thing, and like anything can make you watch porn. That becomes dangerous, bro.
Yeah, and it's the reason people feel tired is they don't. I feel like women are a lot better about learning about their bodies and learning about like I don't encounter men that really like even when I go on social media, like I'll see like women will post something to educate other women about their bodies or educate them about things. I don't see men doing that. And when you go into the science of why men feel depleted after watching porn or having sex, or it's because on a scientific level, it takes at least 72 days for sperm to mature. So whenever you do release, that was in your body for 72 days being harvested with all the nutrients you're eating, all the energy that you're putting into your body through exercise, all of that. Like, all of that is a part of your sperm count. All of it is a part of the process of the sperm becoming mature. It takes 72 days. So when you release that, that's 72 days of work, 72 days of grabbing the right nutrients that are going to allow you to create another life, because another life doesn't come from nothing. It's like the nutrients that you're willing to put into your body. That's how sperm's created. It's created through what you intake. And by releasing, you're throwing those 72 days away. But when you're releasing every single day or more than once a day to porn, you don't even give your body time to get the nutrients because now it's like, sure, you just ate all of these healthy foods, right? All those healthy nutrients went into your sperm maturation. I don't know, and you released all of that. So now all those healthy nutrients are gone. It becomes a point when you retain for long enough, your body reabsorbs those things. Like I've seen people speak about things like skin, bro. Like even your skin gets clearer the longer you retain. Even just little things, like your when your body reabsorbs it, it's reabsorbing that energy instead of releasing it. But when you're releasing every single day, that's when it leads to problems. That's when you can have erectile dysfunction. That's when you can have these issues because now it's like it's like you're trying to drive a car with no gas. Like yeah, your fuel pump's gonna go out, bro. Like, like It's it's gonna lead to issues in your engine. Your engine's your mind, bro. Gonna lead to issues. The way that you look at women gonna lead to issues about social anxiety. It's gonna lead to issues of focus. A lot of people say they have more improved focus when they retain. A lot of people have more energy to hit the gym. Like it's
Yeah,
testosterone. A lot of men are below average levels of testosterone, and the average levels are lower than ever now. And it's because men are releasing instead of chasing their goals and doing what they need to do in life. Like in the past, men would only have kids when they want to have, like, they'd only have sex to have kids. Like, that's like before porn, like, they'd have sex to have kids. But you're not
maybe
having
there's
kids.
some like yeah, well, yeah, of course they have to like entertain it, but I get what you're saying.
Yeah. And it's
Yeah,
not the same.
have sex just to have sex.
Yeah, there's a bigger purpose behind it, and they're on top of their goals before it. So now, it's a reward mechanism. Your brain, whenever you have sex, it's like, man, I'm doing the right thing. I must be on top of my goals because I'm
Yeah,
getting women. But the thing is, when you're watching porn, your brain, your subconscious thinks that it's a woman. It thinks your phone is a woman. It thinks that you're having sex. It thinks that you're accomplishing your goals. It thinks that you're doing what you need to do in life because you're being rewarded, you know? And
yeah,
when you do it, that's why you feel tired because it's like, dang, like you you watched porn, you had sex, your mind's like, yeah, I'm on top of my goals. I definitely must be getting to it. That's what your subconscious mind's thinking, like, I must be on top of the world. Yeah, let me relax for a little bit. And then go and do it every single day. And a whole year goes
exactly.
by and you
Manipulating your
accomplish
mind.
nothing. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean it's manipulation, man. Like that is like the foundation of porn is like they target an audience of people that are at a point in their life where they still don't feel satisfied, and they present this reality that like this is how sex should be. This is how it is, and sex is fun. You should be getting sex every time. Like, and they have these stories. They have these whatever. Like this entire diverse set of like media that like literally like destabilizes your mind, bro. And it's not no conspiracy theory. Like if you're a doubter right now and you're watching this and you're like, oh, it's not true. I watch porn, but I'm still doing the best I can. But just take that away. Take all that time away. Maybe you can do better. And honestly, I think we're two people right now that can say that. Like, we're not followers of porn. We're not followers of that industry. And I like honestly, I can speak for myself right now. I felt I've done better. I've always been someone that's on my shit, but at the same time, like all that dedication was being wasted, by an immense amount of time to like the porn industry.
yeah,
And when you take that away, you on this focus. You don't have things like that to tempt you, because like the whole world is tempting, man. There's drugs, there's all that, like all you can do anything in this world, but if you have self-discipline, and that's the goal is to be disciplined to the point where you can control your thoughts, you control your actions, and it's your world that you're living in, and that's the most important part. And porn is an element that makes it not your world, and it's somebody else's world that you're living in.
yeah. And it's like you said, if you're doubting this right now, I mean, I could personally say it's made me like a better person. It's made me the person I am now,
Mm.
like in terms of brain fog, in terms of everything, like in the past, bro, I wouldn't be able to record this podcast right now, to be honest with you. I'd be worried what other people think. I'd be like, dang, like we're going on a global scale talking about porn. You know what I mean? Most men aren't comfortable with things like that. Most men aren't comfortable with even
It's
just
a lot of
speaking about
insecurity,
anything on
like
a global scale.
yeah,
And
and a lot of insecurity, man. Like a lot of people are just insecure to talk about these things.
yeah,
And when you get to a point where you're just like, why? Like, what's so uncomfortable about this? This is just a thing that everybody faces, and that's the truth. And that's what we're trying to bring here, with both of our channels, is that these things are normal to talk about. There's, you know, you shouldn't be afraid to talk about this. Society, the culture, religion might deem that it's not, but you know, it's a channel that's important, and there's no shame in talking about it and saying like, hey, I struggle with porn, or hey, you know, I watch this and I don't know how I feel, or I'm confused, and you know, Muhammad, you've got comments like that all the time, bro. Like, you know, on your own. You know, you've met people that are like literally, you know, subscribe to you that like say, okay, how do you help us? How to help us, you know, get out of this? And that's fine. That's when you know, when you critique yourself to the point where, you know, you unveil your like your weaknesses. That's how you can only get better. No one gets better without just by getting better. You know, you gotta like see your own mistakes. See like, oh, I can improve on this, and if I improve on that, then I can become that. You know, it's one step at a time, you
Yeah.
know.
It's definitely something that requires honesty, honesty with yourself, most importantly. Like, you can't,
Yeah.
I feel like even with the comments that I receive, a lot of men that struggle is they struggle with this thing where it's like, all right, cool, you know, I'll stop tomorrow. Today's good. Like, all right,
Yeah.
I'm cool, man. I'll stop tomorrow.
Yeah. I
That's
can
the,
stop right now.
you know, stop now, bro. You know what I mean? Like, you don't gotta wait till tomorrow. You don't gotta, that's when you're honest with yourself. Because if you keep telling yourself, I'll do it tomorrow, I'll do it tomorrow, I'll do it tomorrow, then that's when it becomes an issue. That's when you're addicted. That's when it's, you got to be the most honest with yourself, you know?
And you know yourself better than anybody.
Yeah.
So, you know, like those that are watching, you know yourself better than anybody. If this doesn't relate to you, then okay. But I'm sure it relates to one of your friends. I know this. Like I can say this with an honest heart. You know, like men, don't lie, bro. It's okay. Like
Like,
it's
someone
okay, bro.
lied,
Don't
bro.
lie. No reason to lie, man. You know, the women that are watching this or whoever, it's a truth factor, and this is for men. You know, like this is how you want to say men are, you know, shit for sure, because you know they deem women, you know, really as like as just a option. You know, sex is just a, you know, need. You know,
Yeah.
and if you're not giving it, salam alaikum. You know, so those those are things that are like honest. We have to be honest with ourselves. You know, I can't speak for all men, but I can speak for myself, and I can speak for a lot of people that I know. This is a true factor, you know, especially at a young age. You know, you want
Yeah.
to create a family, you want to grow income, you want to build equity. Well, how are you going to build equity if you can't stop watching pixels on your phone? How? Just tell me. Like, how do you see? Like, you see yourself at 30 years old, 40 years old, and you're watching porn? Do you think, you know, like your greatest icons are like watching porn? Come on,
No.
just think about it that way. Like, where do you see yourself in 10 years? You still doing the same thing? If you're still doing the same thing, one part of that equation didn't work.
It's the fact that men need to let go. It's hard for men to let go of it because it's like it's instant gratification. It's, I don't got to do the hard work. I don't gotta I don't gotta be the best version of myself to attract the girl that I really want. I don't gotta be on top of what I'm like on top of my goals. You know, I don't
Yeah,
gotta be hitting the gym. I have it on my phone, man. I'm chilling. That's what most men are gonna say, you know.
yeah,
And the thing is, bro, like if you're watching this and you know you're going through the, all right, if you're gonna lie, bro, like lie to me, man. Lie to me. I don't care. Just don't lie to yourself at the end of the day. You could lie to everybody, but just don't lie to yourself, you know? Like that's the most important thing that you could gain from this is tell yourself the truth, you know? Respect yourself enough to tell yourself the truth, you know? Like
mm,
lying to yourself, that's when it becomes detrimental. That's when it becomes like difficult to escape from this reality, you know? Like,
yeah. It's all facts, bro.
because I've
Completely all
brought
facts.
conversations like this up in front of people, you know? They'll be like, oh, no, man, you're tripping, you're tripping, you're tripping. And then, you know, you go out in public with these same people and you see how they move around women. And it's like,
Yeah,
I'm not tripping, bro. You're tripping. You know what I mean?
yeah,
And it,
yeah.
yeah,
And man, like, you know, there's nothing wrong with like with you know facing the truth. If your truth is, yeah, I watch porn a lot. It's part of my schedule. Then okay, it was part of like that's how men are. Just be honest and move from that. because you cannot be the best of yourself with elements like this. How can you like the threshold? Like, where's that? Like, is it just fame? Is it money? Is it like where's your if your measure of success is that? Then I would reconsider. And if it's more than that, then you need to. These are the things that you really got to tackle. That honesty, that like man in the mirror where you're looking at yourself and you're saying, "Wow, like these are things that are bringing me down, shifting my focus, taking my energy away." And
Yeah,
when you collab, when you reconsider, when you focus,
yeah.
you know.
And it becomes an issue because it's men will judge themselves and judge other men based on how many women they attract, you know. Um,
Mm.
you personally, like I don't know if you've experienced this. You probably have, like, like where someone is like they'll be like, oh yeah, like they'll come to you for advice, or they'll come around you because they want to be around women, or they want to be around someone that can talk to women, but they're not really around you for you, they're around you for what you can attract. Things like that. It's like because men, bro, especially at a young age now, like I said earlier, men will brag about those kind of things. We'll brag about their body count. We'll brag about all. But you can go on YouTube right now. You're going to type in "how I lost my virginity." You're going to find 1,000, 10,000 videos of men hyped up in their videos, like, "Yeah, bro, yeah," you know what I mean? And they got these thousands of fans that are like, "Yeah, this man right here, he's winning in life. He got what I wanted." And there's way more to life than that. You know what I mean?
That's all facts. And I hope that for all those watching, you take this with a grain of, you know, whether you want to believe it or you don't want to believe it, whether you want to face the truth, whether you don't, just be open minded. Be open minded, and we thank you for really for taking part of the conversation. Well, there's gonna be more episodes. That's what we're doing. We're zoned in on that, and we're both in different locations, and unfortunately, it has to be online. But over time, we hope things will get better. But more importantly, we're here for you now. And if you have any questions, you want to DM us, you can find our ads, in the channel. And personally, take it, just talk to us. We're here for you. We're all learning. This is a journey. I'm learning every day. Muhammad's learning every day. This is who we are. Nobody has it nailed down, but together, we can help. Put the picture on the wall. So thank you for like really tuning in, and you want to add anything, Mohammed?
Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button, man, if you enjoyed the content. If y'all enjoyed,
Be positive,
hit the
man.
like
Start your
button.
positive.
Leave a comment, man. Vent your feelings out, man. Don't hold anything in. This is where we get uncomfortable. We're gonna talk about whatever. What do you want us to talk about next? Like, so that's
Yeah,
why
let us
I'm
know
with this
what's
episode.
on your mind.
It's like, yeah,
Yeah,
we're gonna get even
we
more
go.
uncomfortable.
Huh?
We're about to get even more uncomfortable.
Yeah.
This is just scratching the surface.
Actually, we just started our debut with something that might seem really uncomfortable for others, but for us, we're just starting. So
Yeah.
I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Thank you. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, and follow us at our own personal channels. Thank you for tuning in. This is Uncomfortable Conversations. Thanks again.